we lie to young women so terribly by telling them that their career will be where they find the meaning in their life.
Did you know that hippos have 8.7% body fat? Oh, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Wilson Brothers channel. This is David, this is Isaac, and this is Jordan the Viking. We're excited to be with you guys today. We're actually reacting to Jordan Peterson and his daughter Mikhaila on the Piers Morgan show. Apparently, they talk about fatherhood and family. Our ghost producer sent us the clip. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos in the future as well.
I heard nothing you said. All I heard is that hippos are jacked as heck.
Yeah, they got sleeper builds.
8.7% body fat.
Yeah, they're massive. Isn't that crazy?
That's why they just sink to the bottom. They don't swim.
What do they do when they're on the bottom?
They just run. They still chase after you.
It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean. The skeleton's just on the bottom.
Yeah, and by the way, my biggest fear is not sharks chasing me. It's a hippo.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, with that much muscle, you can't bring them down with a normal gun.
All right. So let's get started with this clip. I have not seen it.
Thinking as I see the two of you here.
He looks
I read
so
recently,
sad.
I think it was some TikTok thing I saw, but it was an old business guy, and he was saying, the real definition of success in life is not money or material things or anything like that. The real definition of success is if you're a father and your kids, when they become adults and therefore can make their own decisions, choose to hang out with you because they want to hang out with you. That's the ultimate definition of success. What do you think of that theory?
Oh yeah, that's right. I mean, I would say I feel that acutely. I would say my wife feels that even more acutely. Like, she's so thrilled if her kids want to hang out with her, if they want to do, committed things with her, that she can hardly stand it. And this is also one of the great advantages of having a family. People just don't understand this. There isn't anything more important that you will have in your life than your kids.
Doesn't he just look distraught?
I'm really distracted because this is the first time I've noticed that Jordan Peterson has caterpillar eyebrows.
He was open up his soul to you, and you talk about his caterpillar eyebrows.
Yeah, sorry. It does go into like what I've talked about before, how there is a huge difference between happiness and joy, because happiness is very fleeting. We can buy happiness, but you can't buy joy.
Joy is a state of being.
It is a state of being. It's something that you can always fall back on, even if you're going through the hardest of times.
But my question before we continue is, what is success to you guys, though? Because I have everything that they're describing. I have an amazing wife. I have an amazing kid. I have an amazing family around me.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
No, you're part of my family, bro.
I don't have a wife.
I'm hyping up
kids.
If you out there know of a person that might meet Isaac's criteria,
I do not download dating
comment
apps.
below.
I do not download dating apps. I will not buy you a Porsche or a Tesla, but I will love you very well.
He'll love you till the end of time.
But it goes into what you've talked about before, how like there's a balance between it all. Because like you can have a family, you can have kids, but like if you can't afford to do anything that makes anyone happy, then like that ultimately throws off.
You can have the most amazing family in the world, but if you're broke, there's a part of you that is longing for more.
Yeah.
As a man, it's not that I want to have money just to say I have the most money.
So much money.
I want to have money so that I can have more experiences with my family, so they can be comfortable, so that I don't have to worry about someday being homeless or any of that. What success in life is having a family around you that you value more than anything in the world, and going after things as a man because it makes your family proud as well. Like when I'm going after things, my wife looks at me and she's lit up knowing that her man is taking on life. So there's so many different things, but let's keep watching to see what else he says.
You can see it on his face. You can see the weight of the influence that he has, and also the weight of the persecution that he's undertook. As being a very, very strong voice and masculine voice for men.
And it's such we lie to young women so terribly by telling them that their career will be where they find the meaning in their life. I mean, I have a stellar career, and I'm pretty damn thrilled about it, and I should be. But
you should. You're rich as hell.
It takes second place to my wife and my kids, and then to my extended family as well. And if you organize, I think that's true even if your family isn't working that well, and it's definitely true if it's working well. I mean, why wouldn't you want to be around the people that you love? That's sort of the definition of love.
Here's the problem, though. He's only saying it from one perspective. What about if you're in a very broken family? I know he like briefly brushed over that, but what if you don't have a good relationship with your father, your mother?
Then can you never obtain a success? Then?
Yeah, are you being pushed away from them in the sense of now that I don't have that nuclear family intact, and I'm estranged from them. I left the home early. I did something bad. Maybe they were on drugs or alcohol. Like, it's not just the kids that are sometimes struggling. It's the parents. The kids reflect what their parents do growing up. So for him, he's talking about one part of the prescription. It's not the whole pie, though.
He's talking about what we all want. We all want to have a healthy family.
Yeah.
We all want to have people around us that love us.
Yeah.
But is there other ways to be happy outside of that if you didn't grow up in that? As a man, women and men value things differently. Mm-hmm. For me as a man, my most valuable thing will be my family. But if all I had was my family and I'm broke, I don't think I'm, quote, successful because I'm missing part of the equation. You know, I'm very happy and I have a lot of joy in my life, but there's a piece that's missing because I know I could be doing more for my family.
Okay.
Well, in that scenario, you would be very joyous, but you wouldn't be happy.
Yeah.
So you're talking from the man's perspective. Let's see what Mikhaila says about the woman's perspective.
I'm excited.
Mikhaila, I mean, I would imagine you've had sort of a weird life in one respect where for a long time your dad wasn't a globally renowned figure, right? And then he became one. What was that transition like for you as his daughter to see your dad go from your dad and an academic and a psychologist and so on?
Hero, man.
To suddenly become this sort of...
He's so proud of it. Look at his face.
Superstar of, with an influence over millions of people. What was that like for you?
Well, completely surreal at the beginning. So I remember walking down Bloor Street in Toronto when this first happened, and he was still a university professor, and seeing a picture of Dad on the front cover of a newspaper, and it said something like Heil Jordan. It was something like that, comparing him to Hitler. And it was the newspaper I used to read on the metro on the way to school, and I was like, well, who knows how many lies I've been reading from that newspaper. And then for the next, I would say our family probably only really stabilized in the last year and a half.
Ooh,
so it
spilling the beans.
What is that? 6 years to kind of come to grips with what had happened to my dad. And at the very beginning, he was kind of lost to the internet. So everybody was wrapped up in this, but at the dinner table and whenever we had conversations, it was really focused on what was the news saying? Was he going to lose his job? What was happening online? And it was hard to focus on anything other than that. Even if we said, okay, no media at the dinner table, it was still hard to focus on anything other than that. And I think part of the reason I stepped in to help you and Mom was to have something I was also involved in so that I could be part of the conversation. And I think my brother Julian probably felt that to the same degree. Was, okay, well, I guess we've moved from kind of having this more normal family relationship to whatever it is now. Yeah.
One thing that I like that she said was that she saw him on a newspaper and immediately her response is, "Oh, this is just fake news."
Because she has such trust with her dad.
She did.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just immediate. She even said that they didn't become somewhat normal until a year and a half ago. She struggled with a chronic autoimmune disease that was debilitating to where she couldn't eat anything, and all the doctors were telling her she was crazy. She went carnivore, where all she eats is red meat, literally, and water. That's literally all she eats.
That's like steak
and water.
you, big boy.
Steak and water, water, steak, water, water, steak. You guys get it? Cool. Same with Jordan. All he eats is red meat and seltzer water, and that's it. He doesn't cheat once.
Jeez.
So that is, you got to find stuff to be happy about if that's all you eat outside of food. Because that's what I love. Well, I know we're all foodies here. Like, Jordan has a sweet tooth out the wazoo.
A little bit.
It's fascinating to me the difference between how kids view success in a family and how parents do. Because through all of this, she just wanted to understand her dad.
Be a part of what he's doing.
Be part of what he's doing. So she actually got into that world. That's fascinating to me. He, as a man, needed success because all of us, we need some kind of success in our own personal work life, but he still values his family the most. His priorities straight, which is good.
12 rules for life down below. Priorities
down below. But it's a tough clip to talk about because success is such a difficult thing to measure because there's so many variables.
Well, for men, I mean, I think what it really all boils down to is how much do other people respect you? Because I think like on a core level, like that's how we determine success is, you know, how much do other people respect you? How much do people in your personal life respect you? And how much do complete and total strangers respect you that you don't even know?
Or even people that in your life that might not necessarily agree with you still respect you.
Yeah.
I think that's the caveat, because with Jordan, millions of people hate him. Hate what he says, hate his message, hate that he's helping young men be better men. That's why we like reacting to Jordan so much, is because he falls very close in line with what we're talking about on our channel, which is helping men to be better men, getting out of the rut of their life, getting out of the monotony and the boredom and the anxiety and all of the mental stuff going on, and actually standing up for what they believe in, speaking up, and that's what he's empowering young men to do. And Mikhaila obviously is a very beautiful young lady.
There's a balance to everything, right? Because respect, I even think with respect, it's very valuable to be respected. That's what we need the most as men. But we also need by the people closest to us to love us, because you can respect somebody but not love them. My wife can respect me, but if she doesn't love me, if my kids, can have respect for me and fear me because of stuff, like Andrew Tate respected the heck out of his father and he says he loves him, but I think it was more of a fear.
I'm going to push back on that though.
Yeah, I am too, because here's the thing.
Because you can't show true love without respect.
Yeah, but if you can have respect without love.
Yeah, you can. However, women cannot love you if they do not respect you.
No, I agree with that. That's why I'm saying respect is incredibly important, but you can have respect. You can be respected by people, but not loved by people. The people can have certain fear of you. There's a lot of kids that respect their father because he's very army driven, blah, 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 but they haven't really grown to love him because he didn't give of himself to them, his time, actually do things with them that he might not value the most. Like Andrew Tate, his father wouldn't spend any time with him unless his father actually benefited from it. Like he wouldn't, if he wanted to play chess with him, he was like, okay, we'll do chess, but hey, let's just play video games for a minute. No, I don't want to do that.
But I think also in Andrew Tate's father's case is the way that his father, and the only way he knew how to show Andrew love was by going out and working hard and trying to provide opportunities for Andrew.
Yeah, but as a young kid, you don't know that.
Yeah, so you have to communicate it.
So you have to communicate it, but you have to be willing to do things that are monotonous. Like earlier today, I was pushing my little girl on a swing for 30 minutes. Is that the most best use of my time in Andrew Tate's way? No, but by seeing how happy it brought her and how much joy it gave her, it made me so filled with joy. And that kind of connection with your children is incredibly important, because if I, with a 3-year-old, just say, no, you have to do something that's worth my time, then it gets difficult. But there's a balance to everything, because you can have respect without love, but obviously it's hard to have love without respect, if that makes sense.
Man, that was a long answer, but yes, I agree. Yeah. So guys, obviously Jordan Peterson is one of our heroes. We love the way that he encourages and challenges men to be better and speak up for themselves, and also the way that he shows love for his daughter is evident on this video. So we really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to see more videos, look here and look here. And if you also feel it in your plums, subscribe. See you later.
And if a hippo's chasing you and goes underwater, rest assured it's still chasing you.
It's just getting over to it's getting over to the other side faster than you are.
It's just running on the bottom.
All right, guys, appreciate you. Peace.